Goal scorers for this week. We saw a lot of Nigerian players score goals over the past week. Calvin Bassey scored his second goal of the season, and he scored for the second consecutive season at Old Trafford for Fulham as they beat Manchester United in the FA Cup round of 16. They ended up winning the game on penalties, but Calvin Bassey was immense. How he was not named man of the match, I don't know. But good to see Alan Shearer apologize, even though it was cheeky. Umar Sadiq scored a fantastic brace for Valencia in their 3-3 draw against Osasuna. 3 goals in his last 3 games and he's 4th since his move. Umar, if you haven't seen these goals, go and watch the goals that Umar Sadiq scored. First one, tap in, but the second one, he scored one of those back-heeled from the cross. He just back-heeled it into the back of the net from at least... It wasn't even like near the goal post like that too. Like I'm telling you, it was like almost push cash worthy goal. That's how good this goal was. And you can see he's feeling himself and beginning to catch life. So shout out to you, Umar Sadiq. Nathan Tella also scored his 4th goal of the season and his 3rd goal in 2025. Sensational finish as Bayer Leverkusen dispatched Eintracht Frankfurt 4-1, who are one of their rivals for the top 4 spots in Germany. I just love the way Tella just took the ball on, shifted to his right foot and just doppied it, smashed it into the bottom left corner. Great finish. Victor Osimhen, our star boy, of course, scored yet another brace over the weekend. The first one, he won the penalty and scored the penalty. Second one was just classic Osimhen centre forward play. Route 1 ball from Muslera, literally, he just dummied the defender. The defender failed to get the ball. Next thing you know, Osimhen was in behind and he was able to chip the ball into the back of the net. He now has 20 goals and assists in the Turkish leagues, 16 goals and 4 assists for the season. He's now the joint second top goal scorer with El Nasiri of Turkey and Simon Banza. He's only 2 goals beyond Piatek, who is the top goal scorer in Turkey. So, and of course, Galatasaray at top of the league and they're yet to lose a game this season. So, I don't know what to say, but if they say choose MVP, it's quite clear who the MVP is so far, in my opinion. Chukwueze also scored a brilliant header for AC Milan, although those bummy Milan players, they lost for the 3rd straight game in a row. And even after Chukwueze scored the equalizer, in San Siro, as they play Lazio, they still ended up conceding a last-minute penalty, which Pedro scored for Lazio. But at least good to see Chukwueze on the score sheet. Tolu Arokodare also scored in a 1-1 draw for Genk. It was his 16th league goal of the season and he remains the top goal scorer in Belgium. David Okereke also scored in a 3-1 win for Gaziantep against Eyüpspor over the weekend. And we saw Victor Olatunji and Rafiu Durosinmi both score respectively for their Czech teams over the weekend. Olatunji was a winner for Sparta Prague in 87th minute, while Rafiu Durosinmi scored on Thursday in the Czech Cup, which was his 4th goal since returning from injury. We also saw Cyriel Dessers scored 3 goals over the week, 2 in a 4-2 win over Kilmarnock and 1 against Motherwell on Saturday. Quickly, I just wanted to send my commiserations and strength to Calvin Bassey. We saw that he was racially abused online after Fulham beat Manchester United. This thing always happens to black players, man. When they go to some big team and they thrash them, why is it that some racist white people, or it could even be of other ethnicities, always feel the need to racially abuse these players? So good to see Fulham, Super Eagles and the Premier League all release statements condemning the racial and homophobic abuse directed at Calvin Bassey. But Calvin Bassey is a big boy. I'm sure he'll be fine and brush all that rubbish away. One more thing to add in terms of World Cup news for our opponents that we're facing in the World Cups. Rwanda have appointed a new coach. His name is Adel Amrouchi from Algeria on a 2-year deal. He replaces Torsten Spittler. Adel Amrouchi's last job was as the head coach of Tanzania. One thing to note is this time last year in January, Amrouchi was suspended by the Tanzanian Football Federation after he was given an 8-match ban and fined $10,000 by CAF. This ban was given for him suggesting that Morocco has influence in CAF to manipulate the match scheduling and officiating. As far as I remember, Tanzania didn't even make the AFCON, so I don't know what I was talking about. But anyway, interesting. We shall see about that one. And then while it shouldn't really worry us too much, Zimbabwe's marvelous Nakamba is going to miss the World Cup qualifiers due to an injury. So that's it in terms of all the main news and talking points for the week, as well as the national team news, which we're of course very excited to watch.